Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Hey, look at it. Gun. Express. To backfield. Motion to the backfield.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Gun. 47. Here we go. Pick it up. Look at it.
On 1st and 10, Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency. And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Look at it. All day, dog. Hey.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Here we go. Boy, it's 59. Mike the 59. I got you.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now Dak on the option left, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Mike, 180, 20. Pull it together. Mike 5'9".
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton, he's going to look deep from, and that's caught inside the 35. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Cam, option left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who might play.
And got his man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 32 on the play. They'll run with Miller. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Prescott. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook, 41 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. What's good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for
rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Cunningham leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Cam, option left. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And this is good for a first down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Newton. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore.
I got you, boy.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Newton now to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. Here's the option left. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And he finds Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for the Saints. First down.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Prescott, he's going to float this one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A big play there from McCaffrey. And even 60 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. They run with Holyfield. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. From 3 yards out as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 19 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Prescott off play action. They'll find Miller. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Play action now, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down now, it's Miller.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Prescott from the gun. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side. I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out. Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Newton on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
47 to Mike, boy, 47. Check.
To throw again. Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Give him 8 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Set. Gun. Express. Gun. 47 Here we go, G. It's just me and you.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Mike part 9. Hey, kill. Here we go, 47. Check 59.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. So here now is Prescott as his guys will go for the 2-point conversion.
26.
They'll try and run it in with Miller. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man, it's right. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. Newton now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Newton looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Moore. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 2nd and inches, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a 1-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Off the play fake, Prescott. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
That's fielded in the end zone.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Newton now to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Moore. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 45 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And now it's first and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
On play action, Prescott. And going deep for Hill. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
To throw is Prescott. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39. Prescott now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far, 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup move. And he gets this to the 35, good for a gain of 5. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense, and that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Newton. Now he's forced out right. He can run for it, and he will. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
First down, Panthers.
Now Newton. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Oh, it's an enormous call here. They'll go for 2. One play to keep their postseason alive. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Gano now to add the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Prescott. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal...
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. First throw in overtime for Newton. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl, what do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny, but they're at New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. And they won now, and they beat the Colts, correct?
A couple of the more memorable ones for sure. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. A carry here for Holyfield. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the magic of that stadium in that freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. Complete to right. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Switch it. Gun.
Newton throwing again.